we have gotten good rain, and the KVDI number, the average for the county is 95. The, you know, the temperatures are low, and everything looks good for burning, with the exception of the main concern is the local reservoirs, including Lake Palo Pinto. Mineral wells, city mineral wells went into stage 2 water restrictions for their residents. They obviously draw water out of Lake Palo Pinto. If there was a major fire in the county, we would be drawing water out of Lake Palo Pinto. Right now, Lake Palo Pinto is at 52.7% capacity. If it drops 3 more feet, which it's at 860 MWL means or whatever, water level. If it drops 3 more feet, Mineral Wells goes to stage 3 water restrictions. Also, Gordon is on water restrictions. So the main concern is with them having water restrictions, if something was to happen, we would be drawing more water out of our reservoirs that potentially could lead to further problems down the road. The governor renewed the disaster declaration for several counties related to drought, which include 2 of our neighboring counties, Erath and Eastland. And my recommendation is just that we instate the burn ban to kind of make sure that we keep our reservoirs from going dry faster.
Any comments from the commissioners?
Probably a good idea.
I'm kind of against it myself. I mean, anyway, I'm not for it. We've been out burning some.
I'm both ways. I mean, I know it's, what'd you say, Erath and,
Erath and Eastland, so are 2 southeastern.
they've got more rain than we got.
It's not that we're not getting the rain, it's that we're not getting the rain in the areas to fill our reservoirs. The city of Mineral Wells is they're not allowing burning in the city, and it was discussed between Chief Dunn and I, and it was kind of he recommended to me and discussed it. I agreed with him that if we don't get rain to fill the reservoirs, then the way that Mr. Sullivan explained it to Chief Dunn, that he told me was, we're on pace for 2014 again, where the lake hit a level of like 11%. So.
Well, obviously water is an issue, all the way around, not just today, but with this topic, but, what we're gonna get, we've got a limited amount of water, resources for the eastern part of the county and the western part of Palo Pinto County, and Parker County, which comes out of this Lake Palo Pinto, so you've got 11 utilities pulling water out of there, and we're at 52.7%, so.
That was as of this morning. I didn't check Lake Weatherford's level, but in an email that the National Weather Service sent out earlier this week, they indicated that Lake Weatherford was also below 60%. And I know, I believe, Mineral Wells supplies, or Palo Pinto Lake supplies water for some of the residents in Parker County, correct?
That's correct.
So if their lakes are getting lower, we may have a higher draw from them as well.
What surrounding counties around us are under a burn ban?
None. And that's, Commissioner, you bring up a good point. I mean, I think there's only 80 counties right now. The last I checked, which was earlier today, there were 80 counties that are under burn ban in Texas. And most of this area are not under burn bans. This is more preventative for the months to come where we don't anticipate more water.
Well, I saw the weather this morning, winds aren't supposed to get above 15 a week.
Yes, sir.
It's.
And that's, I agree with you. Right now, everything looks favorable for the burning part of it, with the exception of where we would be drawing the water to fight a fire if one was to happen.
Well, usually in the country, we get the water out of the country, out of tanks or whatever. It's
Yes,
not
sir.
On public water source. most of the time, or what I've ever seen.
But, if you looked at, if they were drawing from a hydrant, that would be coming from our water source.
Most of that city.
Yes, sir.
There's not many hydrants out here.
No, just dry hydrants around those lakes, around Lake Powhatan.
Alright. Obviously, in a situation like this, we'll have to have a motion and a second and a vote before we move forward, so. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to leave it off.
I'll say.
Okay, I have a motion to leave the burn ban on, have a second for that motion, all in favor, indicate by saying aye. All- I'm sorry, leave it off.
Yeah, leave it off.
Leave it off.
No action, probably.
There's no action on it, but I got these motions, so. All in favor of leaving the burn ban off, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries 4-0. Burn ban stays off for now, it'll be on the agenda for Monday.